Now first I will going to be explain what means by protectionism, and after that I will going to be explain a number of argument for protection policy. Now what means by protectionism is the policy of protecting domestic industries against foreign competition by using tariff, import quotas, subsidies and any other measures to restrict import or make them more expensive. Though there is general agreement by most economists that free trade with minimum restriction benefit the world economy, many countries chose to use protectionist policy. The first we go with argument for protectionist policy. The first one we can say infant industry argument. Second one diversification argument, employment argument, and next one balance of payment argument. Now first we go with our infant industry argument. During the early stages of growth, new industries need protection from competition from foreign firms. The new industries are not mature enough to face competition from import by well-established foreign firms and may not be able to survive. This is most significant in case of nations that are launching on industrialization. New industries initially have high cost of production as they may not have economic of scale. Therefore, they are not likely to be able to compete with lower cost import. When tariffs are imposed on import, they become relatively more expensive than domestically produced goods. Next argument is diversification argument. Some economists argue in favor of protectionism as one of the means to increase product diversification of a country. When countries promote free trade, they tend to specialize in the production of a few goods. They produce most efficiently and import the rest. This leads to unbalanced economic growth. When countries follow protectionism, they restrict import of several goods and services and are therefore forced to produce them domestically. Balanced economic growth. Also, if country over-specialized, they become over-dependent on import. In case there are problem of supply of import, the country will face shortages as they do not have diversified domestic production based. Next, the employment argument. Protectionist policy restrict import, promote domestic industries and therefore generate employment in domestic industries. Imposition of tariff restricts certain import. This results in money staying within the economy. This money will be spent on purchasing domestically produced goods. As these home industries expand, employment in them also increases. As employment increases in some sector, it will have multiply effect and expand demand, production and employment in the other sector too, bringing about overall growth. Tariff imposed on import might result in foreign investment coming in to produce the goods within the country rather than importing them. Such inflow of foreign investment will generate employment. Next, balance of payment argument. In a balance of payment argument where the imposition of tariff and quotas restrict import and save foreign exchange, therefore they help in improving a country balance of payment position. Tariff can also be used to make a nation terms of trade more favorable. If a country export commodity with relatively elastic, then imposition of tariff improve the terms of trade more effectively. Tariff will make import more expensive and its demand is elastic. Then the demand for the imported good will fall significantly. This will help save foreign exchange and correct the balance of payment deficit. Next, we go with argument against protectionist policy. Now, in our argument against protectionist policy, first we go with the inefficiency of resource allocation. The imposition of tariff and quotas result in loss of allocative efficiency. Producers who are protected from foreign competition do not have enough incentive to reduce cost and innovative. In the long run, they become less competitive and fall behind the rest of the world. Secondly, the protection to undeserving industries. Though a infant industry argument seems theoretically logical, in reality the policy has been used to protect inefficient industries. First of all, it is difficult to decide which new industries need protection from foreign competition. Once protection is given, it is difficult to withdraw it even when an industry mature, because such an industry continue to seek protection. Protection also create um, interest and political corruption. Protected industries tend to become inefficient as they do not face serious competition from the best in the world. They become used to government assistance and do not have the incentive to innovate. Next, we go with unemployment in the export sector. The employment argument for protection seems a strong one, but in practice it may not be so. Exports are used to earn foreign exchange that pay for import. When imports are restricted through tariff and quotas, they are expected to increase demand for domestic goods and services and generate employment within the country. However, when imports are curtailed, export will also be reduced as other nations will put similar barriers to export from the protectionist nation. As the export sector shrinks, the additional employment created in this sector will also shrink. Thus, the employment created by restriction import will be neutralized by loss of employment in the export sector. And next, we can explain with disadvantage to domestic consumer. Imposition of tariff make import more expensive. If the import have lower prices, elasticity of demand, that is, even if the price rises, they will still be consumed either because they are necessaries or they are not available in the countries. As a result, consumer end up purchasing these goods at a higher prices or have to restrict their consumption in case of very higher prices. In both the cases, consumer welfare will be reduced due to the protectionist policy followed by the government.